Welcome to all my dear Bhaiya Bahan. Again we are going to start the same chapter, that is Indigo. In the previous class we discussed about Gandhi ji, about Rajkumar Shukla, how did Gandhi come to Patna, what happened to Mr. Gandhi at Rajendra Prasad's house, and on so many matters we discussed yesterday. Today we shall again start the next paragraph. Now you open the book and see the paragraphs. Today the paragraphs will start from at this point Gandhi arrived in Champaran. Okay, now start. At this point Gandhi arrived in Champaran. He began by trying to get the facts. First, he visited the secretary of the British Landlords Association. The secretary told him that they could give no information to an outsider. Gandhi answered that he was no outsider. Next, Gandhi called on the British official commissioner of the Tirhut division in which the Champaran district lay. The commissioner, Gandhi reports, proceeded to bully me and advised me to forthwith to leave Tirhut. Here in this paragraph we see when Gandhi arrived at Champaran, he decided to gather the facts. He decided to collect the facts. For this, he visited the secretary of the British Landlords Association. The secretary didn't answer him because he could not give any information to an outsider. We see here Gandhi ji was an outsider. He belongs to Gujarat. He belongs to Ahmedabad. He came to Champaran. So that for Champaran, naturally Gandhi ji was an outsider. After this, he went to the commissioner of the Tirhut division. Champaran district was under Tirhut division. The commissioner not only threatened Gandhi but also suggested him to leave Tirhut immediately. Now write down some difficult words meaning. Proceeded means move forward. Bully means frighten. Vast means huge. Investigation means looking into. Now see the next paragraph. Gandhi did not leave. Instead, he proceeded to Motihari, the capital of Champaran. Several lawyers accompanied him. At the railway station, a vast multitude greeted Gandhi. He went to a house and, using it as headquarters, continued his investigations. A report came in that a peasant had been maltreated in a nearby village. Gandhi decided to go and see. The next morning, he started out on the back of an elephant. He had not proceeded far when the police superintendent's messenger overtook him and ordered him to return to town in his carriage. Gandhi complied. The messenger drove Gandhi home, where he served him with an official notice to quit Champaran immediately. Gandhi signed a receipt for the notice and wrote on it that he would disobey the order. Here in this paragraph we see, though Gandhi was threatened by the commissioner, he didn't leave the place. He then went to Motihari, which was the capital of Champaran. He was joined by several lawyers. When they reached the station, they were welcomed by a large number of people. He then went to a house which was later converted into his headquarters. He started his inquiry into the matter. Gandhi decided to visit a nearby village when he came to know about an incident of ill treatment with a peasant. He was on his way on an elephant when the superintendent's messenger stopped him and ordered him to return back to the town. Gandhi followed him and the messenger took him back to his home. He was then served a notice which ordered him to quit his movement and return back. Gandhi received the notice and signed a receipt on which he wrote that he would not obey the order. Now here you write some meanings. Maltreated means ill-treated. Overtook means came from behind. Complied means obeyed. Messenger means one who brought the message. Quit means leave. Immediately means at once. Superintendent means manager or supervisor. Now see the next paragraph. In consequence, Gandhi received the summons to appear in court the next day. All night Gandhi remained awake. He telegraphed Rajendra Prasad to come from Bihar with influential friends. He sent instructions to the ashram. He wired a full report to the Viceroy. In those days, governors were known as Viceroy. Morning found the town of Motihari black with peasants. They did not know Gandhiji's record in South Africa. They had merely heard that a Mahatma who wanted to help them was in trouble with the authorities. Their spontaneous demonstration in thousands around the courthouse was the beginning of their liberation from fear of the British. In this paragraph we see when Gandhi got a notice to appear in the court, what happened? See the result. In this paragraph we see as a result Gandhi got summons to appear in court next day. Gandhi wasn't able to sleep the whole night. He telegraphed Rajendra Prasad and asked him to come to Bihar and get some powerful people along. He sent some guidelines to the ashram and also telegraphed the whole matter to the Viceroy. Next morning, Motihari was full of peasants as they wanted to support Gandhi. None of them knew about his works in South Africa. They only knew that there was a Mahatma who wanted to help them and was in trouble due to the officials. They started gathering in front of the courthouse. This incident was their attempt of setting themselves free from the fear of the British. Now write some meanings. Summons means court's orders. Instructions means directions. Merely means only. Authorities means officials in power. Spontaneous means come naturally. Demonstration means show or march. Liberation means freedom. Officials means officers. Courthouse means court building. Now see the next paragraph. The officials felt powerless without Gandhiji's cooperation. He helped them regulate the crowd. He was polite and friendly. He was giving them concrete proof that their might, hitherto dreaded and unquestioned, could be challenged by Indians. The government was baffled. The prosecutor requested the judge to postpone the trial. Apparently, the authorities wished to consult their superiors. Here in this paragraph we see, as the crowd had gathered in front of the court building, it became difficult for the officers to control the mob. They had to take Gandhiji's help to regulate the crowd. Gandhi politely told the officials that if they would misuse their power, then there were chances that they would have to face a revolt from the Indians. As the situation was getting tougher, the lawyer requested the court to postpone the trial by some days. The authorities decided to first consult the higher authorities. Now write some difficult words. Concrete means solid. Hitherto means earlier or previously. Might means power. Dreaded means feared. Unquestioned means unchallenged. Baffled means confused or afraid, you can say. Prosecutor means government's advocate. Postpone means suspend or delay. Apparently means evidently or seemingly. Superiors means seniors. Now, the next paragraph. Gandhi protested against the delay. He read a statement pleading guilty. He was involved, he told the court, in a conflict of duties. On the one hand, not to set a bad example as a lawbreaker. On the other hand, to render the humanitarian and national service for which he had come. He disregarded the order to leave, not for want of respect for lawful authority, but in obedience to the higher law of our being. The voice of conscience, he asked the penalty due. The magistrate announced that he would pronounce sentence after a 2-hour recess and asked Gandhi to furnish bail for those 120 minutes. Gandhi refused. The judge released him without bail. Here in this paragraph we see, when there was late in the court for Gandhiji's trial, what did Gandhiji do? Gandhiji objected against the delay in the proceedings of the case. He read a statement in front of the court in which he accepted his fault in a very humble manner. He said that he was not a lawbreaker and didn't want to go against the law, but his duty towards humanity has a greater influence on him, and it forced him to do so. He refused to leave the town because he wanted to help the sharecroppers, as it was his moral duty. The magistrate asked him to arrange for bail because he was going to give his judgment after the 2-hour-long break. Gandhiji refused to seek bail and later on he was released without it. Now see some difficult words. Write down. Protested means objected or opposed. Delay means late. Pleading means the action of making an emotional or earnest appeal to someone. Conflict means dispute. Guilty means at fault. Render means do. Humanitarian means human. Want means lack, L-A-C-K, lack. Authority means power. Conscience means inner self. Penalty means punishment. Pronounce means deliver, recess means break, furnace means present, bail means security for release, reconvened means started again, magistrate means civil officer who administers law. Now you see the next paragraph. When the court reconvened, the judge said he would not deliver the judgment for several days. Meanwhile, he allowed Gandhi to remain at liberty. Rajendra Prasad, Brij Kishore Babu, Maulana Majrul Haq, and several other prominent lawyers had arrived from Bihar. They conferred with Gandhi. What would they do if he was sentenced to prison? Gandhi asked. Here, sentence means punishment. Why, the senior lawyer replied, they had come to advise and help him. If he went to jail, there would be nobody to advise and they would go home. See the situation here. In this paragraph, we see when the court proceedings restarted, the judge refused to deliver any judgment for many days to come. He allowed Gandhi to remain free. Some well-known lawyers like Rajendra Prasad, Brij Kishore Babu, and Maulana Majrul Haq came from Bihar to help and advise Gandhi. Gandhi asked that if he was sent to jail, then that would be their course of action. Then what would be their course of action? One senior lawyer replied that they were there to help him out, and if he was sentenced to jail, then they would return back. See the condition of lawyer. Gandhiji was there to help the sharecroppers. Gandhiji told the lawyer, suppose he was sent to jail, what the other lawyers will do. Other lawyers said that if they will not be here to take advice, to whom will they give advice? They will go their homes. See, my dear, Gandhiji was outsider here, and the lawyers were of Bihar. Outsider will be here to go to jail, and the lawyers of Bihar will go to their home. What is the condition? See the next paragraph. What about the injustice to the sharecroppers? Gandhi demanded. Gandhiji said, suppose I will go to jail. Now what will happen of these sharecroppers? The lawyers withdrew to consult. Rajendra Prasad has recorded the upshot of their consultations. They thought amongst themselves that Gandhi was totally a stranger, and yet he was prepared to go to prison for the sake of the peasants, if they, on the other hand, being not only residents of the adjoining districts, but also those who claimed to have served these peasants, should go home, it would be shameful desertion. They accordingly went back to Gandhi and told him they were ready to follow him into jail. The battle of Champaran is won, he exclaimed. Then he took a piece of paper and divided the group into pairs and put down the order in which each pair was to court arrest. In this paragraph we see, when Gandhi came to know about their decision, he asked them to help the sharecroppers who were facing unfairness. Rajendra Prasad and other lawyers concluded that if Gandhi could go to jail for the people of their area, although he was a stranger, then they should also follow him, as they had always claimed to serve the peasants and fought their legal battles too. They decided that if Gandhi went to jail, then they would follow too. On hearing this, Gandhi assured them that their struggle for Champaran's peasants had been won. He divided the group into pairs of two and made a sequence in which they had to voluntarily surrender in the court. In this way, we see Gandhi divided the group into pairs and told how they will go to jail one by one. Now, write difficult words meaning. Prominent means important, conferred means discussed with, withdrew means went back, upsought means conclusion, residents means dwellers, adjoining means surrounding, desertion means giving up the company, communication means message, trumped means got victory. Now see the next paragraph. Several days later, Gandhi received a written communication from the magistrate informing him that the lieutenant governor of the province had ordered the case to be dropped. Civil disobedience had trumped the first time in modern India. Gandhi and the lawyers now proceeded to conduct a far-flung inquiry into the grievances of the farmers. Depositions by about 10,000 peasants were written down and notes made on other evidence. Documents were collected. The whole area throbbed with the activity of the investigators and the vehement protests of the landlords. In this paragraph, we see, after some days, the magistrate sent a letter to Gandhiji in which it was written that as per the orders of deputy governor, the case against him had been taken back. It was for the first time in modern India that a peaceful protest against the government had been won. Gandhi and other lawyers carried on with an in-depth investigation into the injustice with the farmers. Statements of about 10,000 peasants were recorded and various documentary proofs were collected. The whole area vibrated with activity, the investigators and the protesting landlords. Now write some difficult words. Far-flung means remote area. Grievances means complaints. Lieutenant means governor, or you can say deputy governor. Province means region or territory. Civil disobedience means peaceful form of political protest. Depositions means a formal written statement. Evidence means proof. Throbbed means produced a lot of vibrations due to a huge crowd. Investigators means the inspectors. Vehement means violent. Now, the next paragraph. In June, Gandhi was summoned to Sir Edward Gate, the lieutenant governor. Before he went, he met leading associates and again laid detailed plans for civil disobedience if he should not return. Gandhi had 4 protracted interviews with the lieutenant governor who, as a result, appointed an official commission of inquiry into the indigo sharecroppers situation. The commission consisted of landlords, government officials and Gandhi as the sole representative of the peasants. In this paragraph, we see In June, Gandhi was called up to be present before Deputy Governor Sir Edward Gate. Before meeting, he met his chief supporters and made plans for civil disobedience in case he did not return. Gandhi had 4 long interviews with the deputy commissioner, which led to the formation of a commission that inquired into the indigo sharecroppers' situation. The commission had landlords, government officials, and Gandhi, who was the only spokesperson for the peasants. Now write the difficult words meaning. Associates means companions. Protracted means prolonged. Commission means official job of finding out about something. Sole means only. Now see the next paragraph. Gandhi remained in Champaran for an initial uninterrupted period of 7 months, and then again for several shorter visits. The visit undertaken casually on the entreaty of an unlettered peasant in the expectation that it would last a few days, occupied almost a year of Gandhiji's life. The official inquiry assembled a crushing mountain of evidence against the big planters, and when they saw this, they agreed in principle to make refunds to the peasants. But how much must we pay? They asked Gandhi. Here in this paragraph, we see Gandhi remained in Champaran for 7 months. He also made several short visits later. His visit on the request of a peasant was presumed to last a few days, but it took a year. The official inquiry didn't favor the planters, hence they agreed to pay back to the peasants, but they questioned Gandhi regarding the amount to be repaid. Now write some words. Initial means early. Uninterrupted means without any disturbance. Casually means not seriously. Entreaty means request. Assembled means collected. Planters means big landlords, or you can say indigo planters. Now see the next paragraph. They thought he would demand repayment in full of the money which they had illegally and deceitfully extorted from the sharecroppers. He asked only 50%. There he seemed adamant. Writers Reverend J. Z. Hodge, a British missionary in Champaran, who observed the entire episode at close range, thinking probably that he would not give way, the representative of the planters offered to refund to the extent of 20%. And to his amazement, Mr. Gandhi took him at his word, thus breaking the deadlock. This settlement was adopted unanimously by the commission. Gandhi explained that the amount of the refund was less important than the fact that the landlords had been obliged to surrender part of the money, and with it part of their prestige. Therefore, as far as the peasants were concerned, the planters had behaved as lords above the law. Now the peasant saw that he had rights and defenders. He learned courage. Here in these lines we see the moneylenders had thought that Gandhi would ask for the full payment of the money which they had taken from the peasants forcefully and fraudulently. but he asked for only 50% and his decision was firm. A missionary, Reverend J. Z. Hodge, who had a close watch on the matter, reported this. The planters offered to pay only 25% as they thought it would be rejected by Gandhi. He immediately accepted it. Gandhi said that the amount of the money was not important, but by giving money, the planters had bowed down to the peasants and had given away their honor too. The planters, who earlier behaved as if they were above the law, now had to abide by it. This made the peasants realize their rights and give them courage to fight for them. Now write some meanings. Amazement means surprise. Obliged means required or made legally bound to do something. Deadlock. Deadlock means a situation in which no progress can be made. Unanimously means without opposition. Prestige means honor. Defenders means protectors. Lords means masters. Now see the next paragraph. Events justified Gandhiji's position. Within a few years, the British planters abandoned their estates, which reverted to the peasants. Indigo sharecropping disappeared. Gandhi never contented himself with large political or economic solutions. He saw the cultural and social backwardness in the Champaran villages and wanted to do something about it immediately. He appealed for teachers Mahadev Desai and Narhari Parikh, two young men who had just joined Gandhi as disciples, and their wives volunteered for the work. Several more came from Bombay, Pune, and other distant parts of the land. Devdas, Gandhiji's youngest son, arrived from the ashram, and so did Mrs. Gandhi. Primary schools were opened in 6 villages. Kasturbai taught the ashram rules on personal cleanliness and community sanitation. In this paragraph, we say events had proven Gandhiji's position. Slowly and gradually, the British planters had to leave their property within the next few years. These properties were returned back to the peasants. Indigo sharecropping soon came to an end. Gandhi was not satisfied by achieving political or economic solutions. He also sought to remove the cultural and social backwardness of Champaran. Gandhi wanted to do something to remove the backwardness in the villages of Champaran. He requested teachers such as Mahadev Desai and Narhari Parikh and their wives to teach the villagers. Both of them were followers of Gandhi. Many other volunteers came from Bombay and Pune to join them. Mrs. Gandhi and their youngest son Devdas arrived from the ashram for their help. Primary schools were opened in 6 villages where Kasturbai used to teach the ashram rules on cleanliness and community sanitation. Now, see the next paragraph. Health conditions were miserable. Gandhi got a doctor to volunteer his services for 6 months. 3 medicines were available: castor oil, quinine, and sulfur ointment. Anybody who showed a coated tongue was given a dose of castor oil, Anybody with malaria fever received quinine plus castor oil. Anybody with skin eruptions received ointment plus castor oil. Gandhi noticed the filthy state of women's clothes. He asked Kasturbai to talk to them about it. One woman took Kasturbai into her hut and said, "Look, there is no box or cupboard here for clothes. The sari I am wearing is the only one I have." In this paragraph, we see the health conditions of the people of Champaran were very poor. So Gandhi got a doctor who offered his services free of cost for 6 months. There were only 3 medicines, castor oil, quinine and sulfur ointment available. A patient with a coated tongue was given castor oil. A malaria patient was served a dose of quinine, and a patient with a skin disorder was given ointment and castor oil. The women of the area used to wear dirty clothes. When Gandhiji tried to know the reason through his wife, he was told that those were the only saris each of them woman had. Now write some difficult words. Justified means proved correct. Abandoned means gave up. Reverted means given back. Contented means satisfied. Disciples means pupils. Volunteered means offered willingly. Community means of the communal group. Sanitation means cleanliness. Castor oil means oil made of castor seeds. Ointment means medicated paste. Eruptions means rashes. Filthy means dirty. State means condition. Trenches means ditches. Now see the next paragraph. During his long stay in Champaran, Gandhi kept a long distance watch on the ashram. He sent regular instructions by mail and asked for financial accounts. Once he wrote to the residents that it was time to fill in the old latrine trenches and dig new ones, otherwise the old ones would begin to smell bad. The Champaran episode was a turning point in Gandhiji's life. What I did, he explained, was a very ordinary thing. I declared that the British could not order me about in my own country. Here in this paragraph we see, while Gandhiji was in Champaran, he kept a long distance vigil on the ashram. He used to send letters of orders regarding financial matters. Once he wrote to the locals that it was time to dig new latrines as the old ones had started giving foul smell. In those days, whatever the latrine seat we have today, it was not in those days. In those days, there was a dig deep, and in that dig, people went there to decrease their dirty materials. Today we have septic latrine. Today we have commode to go and to decrease our dirty materials. Now, once he wrote to the locals that it was time to dig new latrines as the old ones had started giving foul smell. The Champaran incident changed Gandhiji's life. He said that he had done a regular thing. He had put his point a cross that the Britishers could not order him in his own country. Now, next paragraph. But Champaran did not begin as an act of defiance. It grew out of an attempt to alleviate the distress of large numbers of poor peasants. This was the typical Gandhi pattern. His politics were intertwined with the practical day-to-day problems of the millions. His was not a loyalty to abstractions, it was a loyalty to living human beings. In everything Gandhi did, moreover, he tried to mold a new free Indian who could stand on his own feet and thus make India free. Here in this paragraph we see the Champaran Satyagraha was not an act of opposition. It was an attempt to help out the poor and tortured peasants. This was Gandhiji's way to solve issues. His politics was knitted up with the everyday problems faced by the millions of people. He did not aim at the fulfillment of ideas, rather he was concerned for the people. The basic idea was to serve humanity and make a free Indian who could stand for his rights. Now write some difficult words. Defiance means disobedience. Attempt means effort. Alleviate means remove. Distress means trouble. Typical means characteristic of. Pattern means method. Intertwined means mixed up. Abstractions means not concrete, or you can say imaginary. Pacifist, one who is against war. Vehemently means very strongly. Rely means depend. Prop means support. Self-reliance means self-dependence. Now, see the last paragraph. Early in the Champaran action, Charles Freer Andrews, the English pacifist who had become a devoted follower of the Mahatma, came to bid Gandhi farewell before going on a tour of duty to Fiji Islands. Gandhi's lawyer friends thought it would be a good idea for Andrews to stay in Champaran and help them. Andrews was willing if Gandhi agreed, but Gandhi was vehemently opposed. He said, "You think that in this unequal fight it would be helpful if we have an Englishman on our side? This shows the weakness of your heart. The cause is just and you must rely upon yourselves to win the battle. You should not seek a prop in Mr. Andrews because he happens to be an Englishman." He had read our minds correctly, Rajendra Prasad comments, and we had no reply. Gandhi in this way taught us a lesson in self-reliance, Indian independence, and help to sharecroppers were all bound together. In this last paragraph we say Charles Freer Andrews, who was a peacemaker, visited Gandhi before going on a tour of duty to Fiji Islands. Gandhiji's lawyer friends wanted Andrews to stay at the ashram and help them, but Gandhi refused. He said that they did not need the help of Britishers as it showed a lack of trust in their own abilities. He asked them not to seek any help from Mr. Andrews as he was an Englishman. Rajendra Prasad later on stated that Gandhi had read their thoughts and his reply served as a lesson of self-sufficiency for them. being self-dependent, free and helping the peasants. All these acts of Gandhi were interconnected. Here write one or two meanings. Self-reliance means self-dependence, bound means joined. In this way, we have finished this chapter, Indigo, and the struggle of Mahatma Gandhi to give proper right to the sharecroppers of Champaran, and Champaran was the turning point in Gandhiji's life, and from Champaran it was confirmed that the Englishmen will not live here, they will go from here, because Gandhiji gave a lesson to the Indians that we should have self-reliance. He gave a lesson to all Indians: believe in yourself, believe in your power, believe in your strength, and stand on your own leg. In Champaran, Gandhiji also did so many works, like he opened the school, he brought a doctor, he managed to bring some medicines. His wife also came there to see the condition of woman, and so many works have also done by Gandhiji in Champaran. So my dear, you will prepare all question answers from this story, and you must show your homework on next day. In the next class, we shall start another chapter. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.